Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Rizzer. Got another shave of the day. Today we're going to be using Seaforth Spiced. Yep, if you like an Old Spice style scent, this is for you. It's pretty heavy on the cinnamon though. It's like if you don't like really that cinnamon scent, now this wouldn't be for you because it's supposed to have mandarin. Sort of smell the mandarin in there, but the cinnamon really overcomes it. Aldehydes, carnation, anise, cinnamon, clove, cardamom, benzoid, and tonka, and vanilla. You can see it's all in there, all listed. But to be honest, it's mostly cinnamon. Cinnamon and clove really pop out on this thing. Not bad though. And we're going to be using the second use of the Wizamet blades, iridium or Wizamet blades with the King C Gillette razor day. And we'll follow up with some Old Spice, and everything is nice. So, how's your day going? Oh boy, I'm tired. It's been a long weekend, basically, yeah. Yep. Tired. No sleep. No sleep for the wicked, I guess. Yeah. Over the weekend we had Saturday was reunion with my military unit. I was one of the members of. Wasn't there in that unit very long. It was like maybe 2.5 years, I think it was. But, you know, you get put on the mailing list. Several of my friends were in the same unit as me. So we were all there. And let's just put it this way. It was one of those units that was top heavy. I mean, if you've ever been in the military, you understand what I'm going to say here in a second. But, forget. There's an affiliate link down below to the razor company. So if there's anything you need from the razor company, go ahead and click on the link. And a little bit of kickback goes towards me, which goes towards giveaways, which there is a giveaway going on right now. We have the giveaway. If you look at last Thursday's video, I think it was last Thursday, where I announced the giveaway thanks to Sig. Should be the video that has the Rockwell razor in it. So if you see the one with the red Rockwell Sig Solo razor, go ahead and click on that one. And I'll tell you what to do, so watch the video. And I'll tell you how to enter the giveaway, which will end in June, first weekend of June. So we got that going on. So go ahead, enter, subscribe. Another thing I like to have you guys do is hit the like button. So if you watch the video, hit the like button. That helps out a lot. Because if they see videos getting liked, then the basically analytics, they look at it and go, oh, people are liking this. So they'll share it, and then it gets out there more. And the more people like things, the more people see, the channel grows. I don't say that enough, I guess. Help the channel out. Hit the like button. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Usually I say that at the end, but I'd say probably 80% of the people that watch the video watch maybe the first... The analytics show that maybe 5 minutes of the video are watched and then they disappear. I don't understand. I watch somebody's video, I watched the whole thing, but The data says otherwise. Alright, so the weekend had the military unit reunion. It was Rear Area Operations Center. That was the unit. When I first joined the unit, I was the graphics illustrator for the unit. I was just a specialist at the time, E4. Sitting in the E6 slot. There was supposed to be a section. The section was supposed to be made up of 2 specialists, a E5 and an E6. That was supposed to be the section. It was just me. I was in charge of myself. And they couldn't put anybody into that position because you got to be trained in that position to hold the position. So I was the only person trained. So I was sitting in the E6 slot as a specialist, which is why I whoa, I didn't even notice how much of that stuff went over the place. So I had a lot of upward mobility for that unit. So it was alright. And then they split the unit in 2 and got rid of this section. And I had to go someplace, so they put me in a fire support team. Ford Observer. As a Ford Observer. Once again, they're like, oh, so since you're I had gone to PLDC, Primary Leadership Development course, so I could become an NCO. I was like, hey, you can become an NCO. You're promotable. And they split the unit, like, oh, we're sorry, but we'll put you in an E5 slot. And my friend, he ended up becoming a first sergeant eventually. He got the E6 slot now. And then they said there was supposed to be 2 E6 slots, so I was supposed to get the next one that was open as soon as I got promoted. And I got promoted to E5, and then it's like, the heck with that. I went to officer candidate school and became an officer, so it didn't really matter. But when I was telling about this as a top heavy unit, I'd say you could probably count on maybe 10 E1 through E4s in the entire unit, maybe at that. The rest were all NCOs and officers. It's like when I got, usually you had like a captain that was in charge of the section. And most of them. And you had a lieutenant, a captain, and then we had some majors, and then we had a lieutenant colonel and a colonel all in this unit. It was really top heavy. And it's like when you're doing this, right, it's like if you want to know what my original job was, if you looked at the Desert Storm, you seen all the, like, Schwarzkopf standing there doing his briefings where he's talking and all this graphics behind him, boards and stuff, showing where troop movements and actions and stuff. That was my job. I did that. That's what I did. My primary job was to coordinate map overlays from different units and sectors and stuff, and make sure everybody on the map was organized, and so the colonel could go right up and either one look at it and go, or a team, FIST team, or a engineering team, or medical team coordinators would look at a section and go, all right, yeah, that's okay. That's where we got to move our assets over here, and that kind of stuff. And then when the unit split, I ended up becoming it was like corps level down to divisional level, and my job was get moved into a fire support team. It was to coordinate all of the artillery assets for a division, make sure that they all were going in the right spot. And so the divisional commanders, I need this grid square wiped out, I'd be one of those individuals that would make sure that the assets were there to make it happen now. And we had a captain in our team. He was you had to be FO, forward observer, to help facilitate such things. And it worked out pretty decently. But it was eventually, he was there, the captain that was in our unit that was at the reunion, so we were talking with him, and he said, we had a lot of fun doing stuff, because we spent all of our time in the field just doing FO stuff, or doing classes and out in the field, setting up radio antennas and organizing stuff, while everybody else was just usually sitting in their cantonment doing jack shit. He's like, I don't want to be in a damn office building. Let's get out in the field. All right, okay, no problem. And it'd be like, many times, like, the radio come on, where are you guys? And it's like the major or the lieutenant colonel's like, where the hell are you guys at? We're over here, there's a grid square, and they have to figure out where we're at. We're hiding out in the field doing field stuff. So, yeah, it was good. So, we had a lot of good time. And it's like, I'm 60. The youngest person at the reunion was my friend Mel, who is 58. That tells you everybody else was in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. And a lot of them had already passed on, because a lot of them were in their close to retirement. This was 35 years ago. And I was like, good God, type of thing. But we went places. I went to Germany and Korea with this unit, so it was fun. And then some not so spectacular places like Grayling, Michigan, Camp Ripley, Minnesota, Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. Yeah, not so fun places, but yeah, you still get the good with the bad. Oh. So that was Saturday. Spent the afternoon doing that. Roughly noon to 6. Much beer was flowing. That's what happens when you get a bunch of guys in there and be sitting around. 2 kegs disappear pretty quickly. Then had to get up dark early on Sunday. Had my aunt passed away this last Wednesday. She was 93. And my dad's older sister. We had visitation. So go over and meet all my cousins and stuff. So we all sat around, talked to my aunt and uncles and cousins, and for about 4 hours. The visitation is supposed to last 2 hours, but there's no other thing going on that day in the funeral home, so everybody just sat around chatting, sitting around tables and chatting with each other. And it's one of those things. It's like just the same way I was telling my cousin, he's like, "Oh, mom's in a better place," and I was like, yeah, my dad is gonna be 85 here this next. I guess it's a little over a month from now, and I'm like, every day I expect to get the phone call that my dad has passed on. It's the realization, he's had 7 heart attacks and multiple times. He did one of these times that heart attack's gonna get him. And it's like we just realize that, it's like, get out of this world alive. And you just gotta think about it that way. And it's just, when the time happens, it happens. Just make the most of your family while you got them. These Wizamet blades work pretty good in this King's Gillette. And the other nice thing about this King's Gillette, got the different handle I got from Andrew at the Shaving Disciple. He's no longer on no longer does videos, but it's a nice addition to the razor. Makes it a really nice razor, nice and heavy. Oh yeah, it was a 2.5 hour drive to get over to across the state where everything was at, and 2.5 hours back, and spent a little time at my brother's house. He lives a little less than 2 hours away. So afterwards, we all went over to my brother's house and sit around and spent some time together. And kind of a reunion. I didn't get back home until like 8 o'clock last night. That was a long day. Up at 6 a.m. and I ended up last night and watched what the hell, third installment of the Hobbit movie, the extended edition. Never seen the extended edition. Wore it. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of extra stuff in this thing. A lot of scenes that weren't in the movie version. Alright. Ooh. Alrighty. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Nice and smooth. King's Gillette does a good job. At least for me, because I don't have a really aggressive, wiry beard. a little bit of Old Spice, and everything is nice. Interesting. Definitely smell the cedar. That's one thing that the Seaforth doesn't have, is that woody smell that you get with Old Spice. But definitely smell the mandarin orange coming up, popping out. Now it's like it's cedar and mandarin that really pops to the front with the Old Spice. Because your nose gets so used to the other scents, you know, with the Seaforth spice. Other things just come to the front. All right, so just remember, we got a giveaway happening. So go over to the previous video that's up there. Maybe I'll remember to put a link in the bottom to it so you guys can go to it and watch it. Go ahead and watch the whole thing. Remember to click like and subscribe. Yeah, that'd be handy. Love the subscriptions, love the likes. That happens out. So there we go. Shave Today was brought to you by Seaforth Spiced. Nice scent. Nice shave. Man, this makes lathers up really nice. And then we had the second use of the Wizamet Iridium blades with the King C Gillette razor. Nice shave today. Alright, so that was it. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.